Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. February 3rd. Sorry I missed the last few days. I got sick and didn't feel like recapping. And yeah, I'll do a quick little once over here. Let's see. Thursday I got sick and that there was a couple of factors, but that was probably one of the factors that affected my trading. Not a good day. Oh, what was Thursday? Yeah. Yeah, it was a max loss day for me. Sometimes on the high, I used to be this way, and maybe I'm still am, but higher IV days, I don't trade as well. I thought I was over it, but didn't it didn't happen. I didn't don't have any charts here, and this is just Weeble. I did have bearish controlled buying. It broke it right here. I got in, and then this stopped me out. And since this is such a big range this day, um, yeah, this was a big stop right there. It then came up and hit the resistance and flushed nicely. Kind of missed that trade. And it's just kind of like a big range grind, chop, liquidity. Yeah, so this day didn't last very long for me though. I hit max loss pretty quick, I think. No, I probably overtraded it too. That's one of the gifts of a small account is it's kind of a second fail safe if you keep trading past your max loss. At some point, you're gonna run out of buying power, especially higher IV days, and the contracts are way more expensive. So this was like a negative $70 day. Max loss is 50, so I had to go over it a little bit. Yeah. So that was that day. Friday. Yes, this weird small choppy day. I think this was a small green day. I don't think it was a $50 green day. I can't remember exactly. Kind of an ugly day overall, but I was able to find some trades. I don't have any charting yet or anymore. Monday yesterday, I was up. Yeah, I was at. I probably need to have like a kind of a goal for profit. Maybe it's $50 on this small account. And then I just basically don't trade unless there's something super obvious, I guess, or just don't trade anymore. Because I'll hit that, and sometimes if I have nothing else going on, I'll just end up trading it away. This day started pretty quick with a nice $50 gainer. Took this break right here on this inverse head and shoulders. I had it charted as well, and actually caught a couple of these. Caught this one. Yeah, caught this one and this one. Over traded through here, and then a bit through here. So I ended up green, but gave away by like half my profits. And then today, another max loss day. Contracts. So on Monday, now I'm getting real-time data from E-Trade. Oh yeah, the delayed was messing me up because this other day when the IV was higher, whatever it was the day before, I got into contracts and I thought it was way less expensive, and it was like $250, and that was probably part of my reasoning for getting out too quick. Anyways, so now I've back to real-time data. I don't know. Yeah, let's look at the charts for today. So here's small account. Small account challenge still going on. Haven't blown it up for a while. Yeah, today I don't know my chart. Like just this wide volatile range. I think it kind of lost. And then also for my review at the end of the day, I'm leaving all my lines so it'll help me kind of remember why I was doing this or that. And although during the day I'd much rather clean it up because I can see, okay, it's actually selling this or buying that, but I kind of left some of them here to help that. First trade is at 7. So we open a day. Here's Eric's chart. His 5-day trading on YouTube. You can find his Discord in the description. So we broke out of this green channel yesterday, and yeah. And then today opened up here, here, rallied up a bit, and then just started selling off. And so breaking back into green ended up being a large red day. But a lot of the day was just really meant for runners, just because it was kind of selling in pretty slow. It's a big range, but selling in just difficult to manage unless you have runners. So this morning I got white here. I think this is all original. Purple. Sorry about that. Red wasn't there. Gold wasn't there. Got white and purple. Did break it there. Why didn't I take it there? Oh, okay. I didn't take it there because of this red. Yeah, because it broke it here, and I didn't take puts there because this red was so close, and I had red from this resistance up here. So it was one of those times where maybe my overcharting or charting kind of maybe miss a trade, which is fine. And technically this would fall under my risk parameters because it breaks here. Well, the problem is this candle is so fast. If it like broke here and I had time to get in right here, I'm also kind of waiting for candles to close. So if it closes like right below here, then sure, I'll open it because then my stop's right there. But this thing comes way down really quick and I don't want to open it here. And I also want to wait for the candle to close to confirm. So it's just the risk to reward there it just wasn't there for that one. But I didn't take that one. However, you can take these chase trades where it's breaking out of in this case, this was a bullish controlled selling and bears took over and we got the aggressive selling there. I didn't have this steep aggressive channel yet. I had it once it broke there. Where's my first trade though? 1007 I got a put. Oh, first trade was green. No. Whoops. Yeah, so I didn't take that break. I wasn't super confident in this red yet. But this would have been a nice trade. These are hard to take. I've gotten better at taking them, or I just kind of go for it quite often. But this was pretty early. This was 9:56. Market hadn't shown me a whole lot to think, okay, it's clearly selling in this channel, and it just broke it to the downside. And I didn't have this aggressive selling. Like I saw this big candle, but this wasn't enough price action for me to actually chart it. I guess it was maybe in these candles, potentially. Yeah, I suppose I could have charted it from these, but anyways, I didn't take that one, and that was a nice big move. 1007, where are we? Okay, so yep, I believed in white though, which maybe was wrong, I don't know. No, I think it was right. Broke it here, 1007. Got to put there. Got another one at 1008 on either right here or right here. I can't remember where. And Ivy's higher, so those are more expensive. Stopped out here, 1009. I didn't have this white at that point. I'm trying to think what I was seeing. I mean, I was waiting for white to build liquidity, and it did. It broke it. And then it came up and retested, which again, I didn't have white, so I had purple. But yeah, I didn't have a whole lot charted there to be able to, I guess, protect or manage risk with this white, because that would have been the stop. Actually, this same thing is what happened on Thursday that I showed you in the beginning of the video, where it kind of broke it and then ended up bouncing back up and retesting the resistance and then came through. Not as nice as if it breaks and just keeps going or breaks and retests. But anyways, it did that and it ended up being just this big liquidity build. So 109, 118 were those buys, sold it at 98. Next one was 1013 to 1014. Yeah. So this, I saw that it did break it and it was doing that, and by this point I did have orange for my precision, so I got in on orange and that was my stop, and it broke it, so I stopped out. Simple enough. It was $1 or a penny loss. 1027 to 1029 I was in a call. Okay, breaking this purple, I believe. It was charted a little bit different. Yeah, I think breaking the purple. Oh, and then it was buying up in green too. Yeah, so I was like, green's maybe my risk. I didn't have this white chart at that point, so I didn't realize I was opening it right at basically resistance. And I think this white was legit. Some form of it. We'll find out later. Yeah. So a couple little quick trades in the morning. That was a break-even trade. I just put a break-even stop on it. You can see I'm churning through my buying power though pretty quick, since these contracts are all about $100. It's only like $1,000 or $1,200 account. 1033, 1034 calls here. Yeah, okay. So purple, yeah, so I had purple. That was my purple, my final purple. It broke it. I got a call on that candle and then another one on this retest, and then it just flushed through. And, or did I get two? Sorry. No, I only got one. That was a nasty one though. 75 cents to 56 cents. Got one on here, sold it on that one. Yeah, I still didn't have white charted there. Where's hindsight? A lot of stuff could save me today, but 1036 to 1045 calls. Okay, this was okay. White build liquidity. Okay, now I made this inverse head. We had 20-day here. I still don't think I had this white charted, but yeah, this white. So that was basically gonna be my stop. This was for a retracement or a zombie trade. So I got it on that 36, I think. Yeah. Came up. Of course, it went green a little bit, and I wasn't gonna take profits here. I was waiting for 5-day, cup to close, something. Again, because I didn't have this white charted yet. Which seems kind of crazy now, but yeah, I didn't. I had purple. Yeah. Gold. 1036, 1045, 85 cents to 71 cents. So where did I close this? Yeah, right there. Dang it, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. So closed it there. But hold on, let me see, check my risk here. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can see why. I stuck to my plan. This was my stop. This white. That's why I opened it up there. So I held it all the way down here, and that's why it was such a pretty big loss, because the decay. I mean, the IV's high on these things. So if you get any kind of just range, they're just gonna get wrecked. Where did I close it here? Yep, stuck to it. Closed it here. Probably down here. I don't know. And then just wicked, and then we got our zone of mutual interest trade back up to 5-day. I don't know if I caught this or not. It might have been. That was too. Yeah. Worse. Yep. Again, I didn't have white chart yet, I don't believe, so this would have been much easier if white was charted. I could have jumped in right here with the green. It did it here, but yeah, it failed. I mean, it didn't quite, because you've got these wicks up here if you charted with the wicks. Anyways, this is a small trade. I mean, it's not like, yeah. So I actually didn't end up catching that. I guess probably partially because it broke this white, so I'm thinking, well, it's bearish. It might come up and retest this and like reject it and then flush down, you know? So this is really the point right here where I had to make the decision to go long. Once it retested here, once we had buying that green precision for my stops. 1045. Wow, I had a lot of red trades today. To the red one. 1045 to 1046 on puts. Okay, yeah. Wait. Broke the white. This white was screwing me up. It was not building liquidity with white all these times. It was actually just selling in this white, which is bullish. Doesn't mean you just get calls, but it's just so much easier if you can figure that out. Yeah, so it broke there. I flipped into puts, and then I closed it out, I guess, on that one. That's weird I closed it so quick, actually. Yeah. I don't know why I closed it so quick. I'm glad I did, but maybe I just figured I was over trading at that point. Or maybe then I charted white, and I'm like, wait a minute. Get out of this thing. Yeah. Crazy. Even managed to land a whipsaw in there after all those bad trades. 1049. Did I have the stamina? I did. I was just late. I got it on this candle. 1049. I got a call. I don't know where on that candle. Green was my risk. Yeah, I remember this trade. My one green trade, 110 to 130, so not bad. The one before it was 93 to 110 though, or no. The one before it was 103 to 93. Yeah, all red trades, yeah, they were bad. This one, I wanted to hold it to VWAP, of course. I wanted to hold it to cup close, which it did. I didn't get the nice slippage here because I was like, I'm gonna hold it until it breaks green at least, so pretty sure that's what I did. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind. I wasn't too greedy with it. I closed it on this candle. Nice. Happy about that. 5-day was not here. 5-day was much higher at that point. This is 5-day, this gold line. So, yeah. Yeah, what I was thinking was my stop's like way down here on the white, again with the white. So I was like, I'm not going to hold it for it to come all the way back down here. I think I anticipated... That's weird, actually. I thought I closed it next minute. I guess not. 11.18. Hey, I made a penny on this one. 11.18, 11.20 on a put. So then it did start building liquidity in white. Broke white. And I didn't want to hold. Yeah, my risk on this one, the problem is I couldn't, my risk was way up here. It was this white one up here, I think, or even further. Maybe that one up there. I'm like, yes, it has broken this and it's rejecting this white, so it's, but how far up is it gonna, could it grind up this? And that's where I was like, I don't want to hold it for all that. So I literally got out of this, I think, on this candle right here. Yeah, at that point you can see I did not feel like holding stuff going against me, even though this was working out. And white lost today. So, yeah, it's strange because I was starting it through here and it just it was selling in this. It was not building liquidity with the white. And then it did right here because it made a nice little structure with the head. Well, it wasn't a retest, but head for this shoulder of sorts. I don't know where I would have had to hold this though all the way to here, somewhere here for that break, my stop. Yeah, anyway, so that move ended up happening, but look at this crappy chop after. Yeah, I feel like I probably would have closed it down there, low a day, and then breaking the gold especially. So it would have been a small green. So it was an okay. Well, you know what I did? I got lazy with it. I think this is a stop out. I didn't want to manage it. I opened. I don't know. No, no, never mind. I manually did that. Yeah, I manually closed it. Last trade by 12 o'clock. 116 to 105. Another red trade. I think I had like 20% accuracy today. 1236 to 1239. Grinded. Big red candle that I missed out on, which was fine because it didn't make any sense. Oh, yeah. Another break of white. Okay, yeah. So I had this red from up here, resistance, and then remember it broke the red there. I didn't really see it show back up because it didn't make any sense. Like in here, I mean, I guess kind of, but it kept. When it's volatile, it can kind of just. It's a much bigger area. It seems like there's more volume, more players in the market. Sometimes it'll just kind of swing past the algos quite a bit. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not sure, but anyways, I did have red. That was, I guess, the channel was selling in, or what so I thought. What do I got here? 1236. Oh, I think I actually looked at Eric's chart here, which always messes me up. Not always, but seems like majority of the time. So breaking this major channel selling. That's why I got it. And I did have precision for the orange at one point. And I was going to use red for my stop. That's a nice easy stop. It breaks above it. So how did I go red on this? Well, it came down. I didn't take any profits. Or no, what happened? Oh, this one I think I do break even on this. I think this right glance over it at his chart. Exit. Usually when I go here. Oh yeah, here we go. 36 opened on that break. And I closed it out right here at 39. I don't know why. Yeah. Went against me. $1.16 to $1.05. This would have been a nice entry just on that kind of little retest. But again, this was kind of weird down here. Here's Eric's 1 minute. So I think I did glances when I was doing this trade because I was trying to figure out. I was trying to see what he had going on. It's right here, I think. Or oh, did he move it? No. Yeah, so that was the thing. I looked at his and it didn't break it as early as mine. This is the 36 candle. So for mine, by this point, it had broken below it. So his took a little longer. And maybe I looked at his after I closed my trade. Yeah, because I think I actually jumped on the big account. I had a couple red trades on there too. Yeah, just to throw a couple in there. I think actually I tried to take this on the big account too. So when it broke that on his chart, I think I got it. And then I stopped out once it broke back above. So that was a red trade also. But you can see how it's kind of breaking below it, but then it's failing to have a continuation. This probably didn't have really any structure coming down, and that's part of my issue today. I wasn't trading just with structure. It was just, yeah, we didn't really have any nice structure coming down. So all the little breakouts and drops are kind of short-lived in a way. This is structure down here for reversal, which I did kind of catch, but you can see this is pretty ugly. Even the buying here. I actually had calls and closed them on this candle. Yeah, not my best day. Yeah, it's been a rough few days. The volatility doesn't suit me very well. I feel like it can. I just have to adjust. There are my trades. Yeah, down 65 today. I want to scale up. I don't want to trade less. But on these more volatile days, of course, I really shouldn't be scaling up because the contracts are more expensive. The range is larger. There's no need. It was a little tricky today. I doubted my charting quite a bit just because, as you can see, it was going all over the place. Oh, I didn't mention, at some point in here, I finally charted gold. Or I remember right about here, I charted gold. So I had white, which is like right here. I'm like, white just doesn't look quite right. And maybe it was, I don't know. Red was I was kind of confident with. Of course, this white let me down a bunch up here because it was selling in this white. Yeah, anyways, I charted gold here, which would have been awesome to... I mean, you could have just grabbed puts on the resistance there all the way down. Especially after, like, that's a nice little head and shoulder. But, of course, after I charted it, it never retested the top. I had an alert on. I'm like, right when it hits there, I'm going to open it, and that will be my stop. That orange. But never did. It did break here. I got calls there, and I think I ended up stopping out somewhere in here. I was going to have my stop this, but it just kind of kept grinding. And then here, I don't know if I got puts. I maybe whipsawed a little bit. This candle was crazy. No, I didn't get puts here. I think I got puts actually on this green candle. Thinking it broke, and it's just grabbing some buyers. It's going to come down, but it ended up closing above it, so I closed it. But I didn't flip to calls. Yeah, I didn't flip to calls at that point. I did get calls, I think, here, and closed them here, so I ended up missing this move up. Which is crazy. I mean, this was 100% on those contracts. I think, yeah. So when you're just kind of spiraling, it's good to just stop the bleeding, do something else. Anyways, they can finish up the week better than the last few trading days. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.